What's up, everyone? Paul here, and thank you so much for tuning in. So, for today's video, I thought it would be fun to take a look at the top 10 most expensive games in my collection, with the first one being Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And this one is a sequel to Pokemon Coliseum on the Nintendo GameCube. I've actually never played this one. I need to get around to playing it soon, and I think I might hook up my old childhood CRT TV just for the nostalgia and give this game a go. But before I do that, I do need to go back and finally beat Pokemon Coliseum because I never beat that one as a kid. But for those who don't know what these games are, they're the first ever full 3D adventure Pokemon games, and you fight all your battles in double battles, and the Pokemon that you have in these games are more limited than the mainline games on the Game Boy, DS, and all those other ones, making them definitely more difficult. These are probably the most difficult Pokemon RPGs out there, and I'm really looking forward to getting to this one when I get a chance. At number 2 here, I have Pokemon Coliseum, and what I essentially have is only a loose disc copy, as this here is a high quality replica of the cover art, but it's still cool to have. It looks almost like an official case, so it doesn't bother me, and even a loose copy of this game right now goes for $120, so I'm really glad to have this in my collection because this is a game that I had in my childhood, but I foolishly traded away my whole GameCube collection after my console broke, and this is one that I was never able to get through as it is pretty difficult, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying to beat this one now. Coming in at number 3 is Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and this is probably the best deal I have ever found during my game hunting, as I found this pre-owned at GameStop for $70, and this game at the time was going for $150, but according to price charting right now, it goes for $117, which is still a pretty high price for a single game. I probably would never pay that much for a single game, but I was really glad to find that deal. The only thing is I don't have the first part of this, which is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the Nintendo GameCube. I would like to try to find a complete copy, or at least the official case and disc, for a good deal on that game, but I might just end up playing that one anyway. And this one is complete in box, has the manual, all the inserts, and everything. So I said Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn was my number 3 most expensive game, but I believe this one goes for a few bucks more actually. And The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is an amazing, phenomenal Zelda game. Before Breath of the Wild came out, this was my favorite Zelda game of all time. I played this one quite a bit growing up. I think I was like early high school days, maybe late middle school when I played this. But this game is a blast. I do have a complete in-box copy here. I paid $70 for it back at the time when I got it, but this one now is going for around $120 according to price charting, I believe. And I never actually beat this one as a kid because I wasn't that good at video games, so I definitely need to go back and play this one. And this is probably one of the more darker Zelda games besides Majora's Mask. And at number 5, we have The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. And I really don't know why this game is valued so high on price charting. They have it at $96 because I still see new copies of this at my local GameStops, which I have seen pretty recent, like within the last few days, I believe. So not sure what all that is about, but maybe it's hard to find. Maybe most people can't find it locally, and the resellers are taking advantage. With Trails games, they usually do hold their value pretty well, though, so this one could possibly hold its value or could tank a little like its prequel did. But I haven't played these yet. My copies are still sealed, but I do plan to open them and play them anyway, so they will lose their value after that. But as of right now, I still have them sealed, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing this and its prequel, The Legend of Heroes Trails to Zero, because I've heard a lot of great things about these games from Falcom, which are distributed by NIS America. At number 6 on my list is Mario Kart Double Dash. I got to clean that stuff off, but this is a complete copy, and this one right now is valued at $80. I think I got this for like $65, but this is one that I actually grew up playing on the GameCube, but I never owned it. I would always rent this from Hollywood Video, and definitely showing my age there. These young kids don't know about renting games and movies from Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. But this one is really fun, and it has a very unique mechanic where you have two characters on one cart. One of them drives and the other throws the weapons. But it's definitely a really good Mario Kart game, in my opinion, one of the best in the series. But the controls do not feel as tight and smooth as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But for the nostalgia and even the way it holds up, it's still a great game today, in my opinion. And the next game on this list is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Three great games in one package: 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. And if you can find a copy of this at retail, brand new, or even a used copy at GameStop or somewhere like that for a good price, I highly recommend picking this one up, because even an opened, complete in-box copy with the case and cartridge right now is going for $80, which is absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully Nintendo will do a re-release with this one, maybe on the Selects line or something, so people can still have this game and be able to get it at an affordable price. Now, the number 8 and 9 spots on my list, I think, are about equal in value right now, but I'll just show this one off because it's much cooler. The Fire Emblem Engage Divine Edition here, and this comes with a bunch of goodies, which it shows you right here. I've never really gone through it because, admittedly, I haven't finished the game yet. I spent way too much time in the Somnial and got a little burned out, and when I go back to replay this or just continue my save file, I'm probably not going to do any of the Somnial stuff because I really like the gameplay and the story of this one, but that's what got me burned out about it. But this one right now is going for about 76. I foolishly dropped my box. I think it got a little dented on the side here, but still looks pretty good. But anyone who did get this game knows that these came in damaged. Wherever you got them from, they came with a little bit of cosmetic damage to them. But I think this one can possibly, definitely go up in value in the future, and it's a great game. I recommend you play Fire Emblem Engage. Next on the list here we have Trails from Zero. Still have my copy sealed. This one was going for crazy prices on the resale market on eBay. People were paying like $100 from this one, and I guess they didn't know that you still could find copies. Shout out to Emily from her channel Orbalology. I follow her YouTube channel and her Twitter, and I was looking for a copy and put it on Twitter, and she told me I could find this at videogamesplus.ca, Canadian website. If you're looking for reprints on a lot of rare games or NIS America games, check them out. But recently I also saw her put on Twitter that you can get this from the NIS America website. So this one dropped in value probably because of the reprints and all that. And hopefully people don't go to the resale market paying ridiculous prices, and they realize you can get it from the distributor's website. But I've heard a lot of great stuff about this game, and I plan to play this one this year, actually. I want to start my entry into the Trails franchise. And the final game on my list is one that definitely means a lot to me: Super Smash Bros. Melee. I had this as my first game on the GameCube along with Sonic Adventure Battle 2, and what a blast and joy it was to play this game, and what an upgrade it was from the N64 version that came before it, which I also had as a kid. The N64 was my first console that I ever owned. But this game is phenomenal. This one will be in my collection forever. I would never think about selling or trading this one. And this game definitely still holds up to this day. Admittedly, I don't think the combat is as good as like Ultimate, but it's still a lot of fun. It's its own unique thing. I love the trophies that you can collect in this game. And that's it for my list of my top most expensive games in my collection. I know I don't have anything too crazy, and I'm not doing this to brag or anything like that, but I just thought it'd be fun to take a look at these games. And if you enjoy this content, please help your boy out to grow this channel by hitting that subscribe button. Peace.